Hey everyone, how's it going? This is the Real Randy Chavez coming at you today with a VeVe OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello, Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. If you watch my last live in its entirety, you don't really need to watch this video. It's just a lot of reiteration from that, but I do want to make it short for some people that don't really have time to watch hour, 2 hour videos. It's about OMI and why it was down today. And I get this question all the time, every single day, at least every single time it happens. Why is OMI down, bro? There are more sellers than buyers, or there's more sell pressure than there is buy pressure. And that's the short end of it. It's like, okay, well, why does it keep going? I actually got a message from a client today. It's like, you were talking like a 30x by the end of the year. We talked back in January when we were at, we got it at like 0.0034. It had spiked up to 0.007. We were getting a great deal. And it went down, and then it went up, and then it went down again, and now we're down here. It's like, what's going on? And basically just had to tell him. And now this person happens to be a little very foreign, not a great concept of the English language. And I was just like, listen, things go, and his complaint was correct. It's like, if I would have taken this money and put it into something else, let's say like high risk lending, because that's what I was in before I got into crypto. He's like, I would have made 30% on my money by now. And yeah, give or take, you would have made 30%. I was like, yes, you would have. He's like, instead, we lost like 60%. I was like, yeah, you're right. We got it at like 0.003 something. That this morning went down to 0.000 like 11 or 109, just below that, which is very, very low. And the opportunities that people had here to buy a partner statue under $600, to buy a secret rare Miles Morales for under $4,000. Absolutely mind-blowing. If I was up, I probably would have got that. And then it's like, okay, well, Chavez, didn't you just get a bunch of OMI down here? Aren't you up to like 320-ish million? Yes, I am. It's like, okay, well, why would you, spend that OMI then? It's like, well, I would spend that because I could replace that very easily. But if it was something like my entire OMI bag, no, I'm not going to do that because that's a little bit harder to replace. That like you wouldn't be able to buy that in one fell swoop. Like 4K you can buy in one fell swoop. $600 one fell swoop, one order. That's easy. But anyway, as I was saying, back to my client here, I was like, yeah, you could have made 30% on your money if you put it into, let's say, like high risk lending, but that also is pretty risky. And with that, you could lose your entire thing, like, because you're betting on people with 500 and 600 credit. It's generally not a good bet. It was good with me because I was the best at it, but most times, especially if you don't know how to read financial statements, you're going to get wrecked in that business. But that being said, yeah, he was correct. If he would have put it in something stable, where even if you did one of those things where you didn't get 30%, you got, let's say, like like 15%, for like a year. It's like, okay, yeah, it still would have been more. Heck, a stable coin would have been more. But with crypto, you're not in it for 40% gains or 60% gains. You're in it for like 20x, 50x, 100x, and VeVe, my Britney Spears in 2001, because I still believe. I still believe in that 1 to 200x. Right now, 100x would only put us at about 1.2 cents. So I would say 2 to 300x from here. It'd be 2.4 to 3.6 cents. I originally said 2 to 4 cents. So this all tracks. The reason why I'm staying at 320-ish right now is because I want to put it into, now Definity, that's already my biggest bag. I don't need any more. Do I still want more? Yes, absolutely. But again, I don't need any more Definity. Right now, I really want to focus on DEVVE and daCat, because daCat has been my biggest gainer since April. April is kind of when Bitcoin bottomed. We were like 76,000, give or take. ETH bottomed at like 1,200, whatever. And since then, we've had a nice recovery. Now, ETH had gone up to like 5K, down to like 3,800 today. Bitcoin, though, up to 126 a couple times, and it crashed, according to a lot of people, down to like 109 today. And it's like, still, Bitcoin's at over 109K. It's still pretty sweet. Now, can it go back to the 90-something thousand range? Sure, absolutely. Anything can go to zero with little or no notice. None of this is financial advice. But the reason why I really want to start focusing on DEVVE pretty heavily now is that you have that timeline of the contingent transaction sets, they have the mathematically instantaneous settlements, and they have an exchange partner, like a big stock exchange partner, which is either going to be from London Exchange could be one. It could be from Beijing, could be Hong Kong, it could be New York Stock Exchange. I think I said London, NASDAQ. It'd be any one of these or like 6 others, right? Because there's no shortage of incredible stock exchange partners throughout the entire world. But whenever they go in and they announce that, which should be late December, by my calculation, they could technically announce it tomorrow. By the time you guys see this video, they could announce that and go crazy. That being said, I don't think it happens until the end of Q4. This is just my own estimation. And it very well could be Q1. Things could be delayed. In most tech companies in the world, most things are delayed because that's just what happens. But assuming that they are correct in their timetable and we get it into Q4, again, I'm saying late Q4, that is going to take off. It's like 10,000 holders on that now. They have all of these patents and all of this incredible innovative technology that is going to change the world. And right now that market cap is like 33 million. OMI's at like 36 million. And again, we have that timeline on when they announce that exchange partner, whoever it is. We don't even know what type of partnership it's going to be, and it might not matter. Because once that's announced, that is going to be, oh my God. Once that's announced, you're going to see a major squeeze. A 10x from here, I think, is minimum. That would bring us to $330 million. Honestly, probably up to $1 billion. Even just saying like a 20x from here. Okay, let us go to $6.90. Everyone comment nice down below over the 69. Let's say 70 cents. Make the math easy. Or I'm sorry, that's $7. I'm sorry, not $6.90. That'd be about $7 to make it easier. That's a large amount, and I'll have a nice amount of money. And I don't want to say anything is guaranteed, but we have that timeline of when it should do that. And it's like, okay, well, Chavez, if it's going to do that by December or by late December, why don't you just sell everything, including OMI, and put it into DEVVE if you know like the general timeline of when this is going to happen? Well, because again, nothing's guaranteed. That could be delayed by months, and we might not get it till the end of Q1. Again, I'm trusting the team. I'm going to say it's going to happen the end of Q4 here, but again, stuff could be delayed. And just because we have an idea of when those things are going to happen, and we can do our projections, we do our simulations on what is going to happen to the token as a result of that, that doesn't mean that DEFINITY or DEVVE, or I'm sorry, DEFINITY or daCat or OMI can't run first. Again, crypto doesn't really make sense. Like, okay, well, Chavez, what's the catalyst that's gonna take OMI there? Honestly, that there probably won't be a catalyst. It'll probably just be someone making a video and people just rushing it. If you want like an actual thing, okay, government no longer shut down, pass the Clarity Act, get all of these ETFs voted in, all of this stuff being approved, and then you have somebody in the Fed that doesn't hate Trump like Powell, who's literally like screwing this country just because he doesn't like Trump. That's going to be aggressive with rate cuts. That is going to kind of take the long end of the treasury curve of like the 30-year treasury bond and help out on the front end, and they're going to compress rates down where they should be on the front end to counteract that, and that probably doesn't happen until May of next year. So we could see OMI down here for a very long time. Or because it's crypto and nothing makes sense, it could shoot up and do a 10x tomorrow. We have no idea. But again, I want to be a little diversified in a bunch of these things. And that's why I'm not selling any OMI down here. That's why I'm not going in and selling anything else just for DEVVE. Again, I am stacking DEVVE, but I don't want to sell massive amounts of OMI at these prices to do it. Because again, anything can run for really no reason. The same way that anything can go to zero, anything can also run, but it can also run for little to no reason. And again, if I were to tell y'all about the VeVe and OMI, DEVVE and their DEVVE token, DMA Link and their DEFINITY token, and my IP, daCat, back in April of this year, and all of them have revenues, all of them are great, And I would be like, yeah, which one do you think is going to outperform all of them? daCat would probably not be first on your list. That would probably be last on your list. That being said, daCat's been outperforming all of them. Go me. That's not to say that, and again, it's not like it's outperforming. Like, yeah, everything is down since April. 30%, 50%, 80%, and daCat's only down like 8%. No, everything else is down, but daCat's done like a 4x, almost like a 5x by this point. So it's up significantly, whereas everything else is down pretty significantly. So again, this is not to say like to sell everything for daCat. Although again, if you would have done that in April, you'd be well into the black. Again, things will pump for no reason, and I believe OMI will pump, and not for no reason. There's plenty of good reasons for it to pump, but what's the main reason that it'll pump? Probably for no reason, just because that's crypto. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on things. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And everyone say goodbye to Dashi. And we got Vegas in a couple of weeks. My life is a party. I love you guys. Bye.